Hello and welcome back to the finishing line. So today's video I'm going to start off with the few horses that I think are worth following for the season ahead. So we start off with the hurdlers. And this one is Getaway Katie May. She recently ran the weekend and was beaten second in Galway. But I think she's going to come on leaps and bounds to that run. She looked like she needed to run badly. She was drifting in the market all day. She's very good bumper form last year, winning a listed bumper at Aintree and finishing second to Relegate in Ireland, which Relegate went on to win the champion bumper at Cheltenham. So I think she'll have a good season ahead. You get her at decent prices in all the novice races. I think she's surely going to be aimed at the Mayor's novices, and you get a decent price, I'd say, on the day. She's going to be underrated because she's trained by not a big trainer, John Queally. So that first one is Getaway Katie May. And second one is Blackbow, trained by Willie Mullins. This is Patrick Mullins' bumper horse all year. He ran to the Ravenbow and thought he was the second coming of his bumper horse that he rode in ages. So he is a stamp of a staying hurdler. So anything over 4 to 3 miles this season, from the Ballymore to the Albert Bartlett come Cheltenham, he's going to be very good, I think. Going on what Patrick Mullins said, he's been schooling well, he's impressed him, and he's a chaser in the makeable. Anything he does over hurdles this season is going to be a big plus, and I can see him picking up a nice few pots on the way in a few graded races. And next I'm going to go with Pim, Nicky Henderson trained horse. He won his maiden hurdle in Chepstow 2 weeks ago. He went out in the front for a horse that's jumped hurdles once in public in that race. He was very, very good. It was the same race that they introduced Altior in a few years ago. Not saying that it's anything like Altior, but they kind of set all the good horses on that. And he was a decent bumper horse last year, but he seems to improve a lot for hurdles. He travelled, he jumped, and when he got challenged between the last and second last, he picked up and went away at the finish like a good horse. He was very impressive in that, so I think he's a dark horse for the Supreme Novice Hurdle at this moment. He's about 25 to 1 at the moment. So that one again is Pim, trained by Nicky Henderson. And my favourite horse to follow this year over hurdles is Lorena. Willie Mullins says she's going to be campaigned for the champion hurdle, and all season she's going to be aimed at all them big races. She's going to go against the boys, and I think this could be the best mare that Willie Mullins has ever trained. She jumps, she travels, she's that turn of speed. You can put her anywhere in a race, it doesn't matter. She don't need to be riding at the front, at the back, in the middle. Wherever she falls, she will go. She's destroyed anything put in front of her. The form hasn't been really tested yet, what she's beaten, but she can only do what she does, to beat what only horses are put in front of her. She's currently 10 to 1 for the champion hurdle, and once she wins a race or two, she's not going to be 10 for long. And the fact that Sam Crow's going into champion hurdle route doesn't scare me in a bit. I have more confidence that Lorena is going to improve, and she's going to be a very, very classy mare. So my number one hurdler to follow for the year will be Lorena. So now we'll go on to the chasers. So we have a few here. The first one I'm going to put up is Monolly. So Monolly was beaten in the RSA last year by Presenter Percy, who's a fail for the Gold Cup now. So I think if Lorena or Monolly is dropped down to 2-4, he's going to be a very, very hard horse to beat. I know he's fallen twice. He's fallen at Punchestown and he's fallen at Leopardstown. But Henry de Bromhead is a master jumps trainer and getting his horses jump right, and I'm sure he's after sorting out whatever could be a niggly problem with his jumping. I'm sure he's after sorting it out. So I reckon if he goes back down in trip 2-4, 2-6, he's going to be extremely hard to beat. Any other normally or Presenter Percy wasn't in that, you'd be talking about a 7-length RSA winner, and you'd be touting him for a possible Gold Cup horse. So that is again Monolly. So next I'm going to go another Henry de Bromhead horse in Paloma Blue. Now this horse took a while to get hang of hurdles last year, but he's always been touted as a chaser. and I think you're going to see an absolute different animal altogether when he sees a fence. He's going to be aimed at the Arkle, no other race, and he's an exciting horse to watch for the season, and he's not one that everyone's going to be talking about. So that's Paloma Blue. Next, possibly a forgotten horse, is Sizing John. All the vibes at O'Harrington's is he's as good as he ever was. He's going to be aimed at all the usual races, going probably John Durkin, maybe King George, and possibly put the Irish Gold Cup and Cheltenham. So the fact that I was out all last season, well, bar the John Durkin, you're going to get decent prices on him for a former Gold Cup winner and an easy Gold Cup winner. If he's anything like he was, he's going to be extremely hard to beat. You think he was sent off odds on for the race he got pulled up in over Christmas? If he's acting like the horse he was without any injuries, he's going to be extremely hard to beat. So it's not a dark horse, but he might be forgotten there, and that's Sizing John. Next is one that has been plagued with injuries, but he's an absolute, he's undersold like, and that is Greyfields. He's an out and out 2 mile chaser. If he gets his own way in front of any race, you will be impossible to get him back. He jumps extremely well. Jody McGarty gets on extremely well with him, and he'll be touted, hopefully touch wood, injury free for the Champion Chase, and he's a huge dark horse in the Champion Chase. He'll give anyone a race. He'll give Altior a fright, even if he's 33 to 1 right now, and I think that's way too big for him if he gets there in one piece. So that's Greyfields and all the 2 mile top chases. Next is Black Op. I'm looking forward so much to seeing this horse over fences this year. He was second to Sam Crow in the Ballymore, and he went on to win a Grade 1 at Aintree and win it very easy. He doesn't respect his hurdles whatsoever, and I think putting a fence in front of him is going to improve him tenfolds. He's a big strapping horse, and I think he's a huge future over fences, be it over 2.5 mile, 3 mile. Black Op he's a certain one to look out for the whole season. And lastly is a Nicky Henderson trained horse on the blind side. He was unbeaten his first 2 starts over hurdles. He had an interrupted run up to Cheltenham. He didn't run his race at all, but vibes coming out of Henderson's is this horse is at the improving 2 stone over fences. For seeing a fence, he's electric according to Barry Gersley and Nico de Boinville. So you take it on that. Last year they were hyping him up. He was very good this, very good that, but now they're actually talking like he could be very, very, very good. So the last one is on the blind side. So I'll go a little run through them again. So the hurdlers is Getaway Katie May, Black Bow, Pim and Lorena. And the chasers, Monolith, Paloma Blue, Sizing John, Greyfield, Black Op and on the blind side. So that's all the horses I think are worth following through the season of the jump season. So thanks again for watching, lads, and like and subscribe and keep a lookout for the next video.